first grids. One champion. Hello everybody and welcome to Dynamic GT League Mjao for the final two races of the championship, race 9 and race 10, where the championship will be decided between Dave the Harp and SGP unless they have disasters, and then it could be somebody else. Right, let's not waste any time. Hand over to our common potatoes. So here we go then for the final two races of the Mjao from Fuji. Joining me in the commentary box is Ray. How are you, Ray? I'm a little bit tipsy as SGP's on pole position. Rich Blows in second place, and Demon R in third. Dave the Arc championship leader in fourth.
Yeah, I think it was that guy who was with us on fifth, and Steve F1 sixth.
No, because that was Conrad.
Oh, is it? There's that. Wow.
There he is. There he is. He's the one that was drinking. And then yeah. That's not bad. Yeah, good guess. Good guess. Bob in 11th place. So, yes, the Porsche, an electric Porsche. So the drivers are going to have to hold that foot brake because the handbrake doesn't work in this car. So, we got movement on the grid, Ray. And now more and more. Now they get going. Oh, Bob.
Bob, that's wrong there.
Okay, we got 7 cars that got going and 4 cars. I think they got going a little too much. Rich Blue's leading into one. No, he's not. He's wide in one. But so's everybody else, just about.
Yeah, Steve F1 takes the lead there with everybody not managing to brake.
Yeah, it would have been. I can imagine that's the first you ever knew about any of that bit. Steve F1 now leading the way because he was the only one to get the corner right. Gary.
Oh, it's a silver car's Gary.
Yes.
Let's receive Rich and Dave the Harp having a good wee battle here.
Yeah, Dave going for a little undercut. It looks like SGP's trying to catch up to Steve F1 as well. Rich Blue's trying to battle Dave now. Obviously, this is an electric car, as we mentioned, which means no gears. And no downshifts, Ray, which could be an issue for a few drivers.
So see a wee battle going on here with Dave the Harp and Gary, free wide.
How much have you been drinking?
None.
Oh, because it was Demon R and Gary.
That's what I said.
You said Dave the Harp.
I said Demon R.
You said Dave. You listen to this bag.
That's nearly a corner cut there.
Oh, nearly. SGP takes the lead, though.
How good's the slipstream, though? Let's see. SGP. Thought he was going to roll the car there.
I thought he was going to go for the pits, trying to break this. I tell you what, I think the slipstream is going to be better the further down the order you are. The key point, though, is for drivers to get their braking point right. We saw them struggle at the start of the race. At least the leading 2 get through.
Deep there, don't know who that was. It was a red car.
It was Conrad. Yeah, red car with a white bonnet. That's Conrad.
He's down in the pack now.
Oh!
Jesus, how many?
Yep. Now, for anybody watching this, you might be thinking, bloody hell, there's a track over there. Well, so are we, but to be fair, this car is one tricky little beast to drive, especially when you get into the pack and off the racing line.
All you have to do is slow it down so you can make the corner.
Oh, that's a good point. We'll have to keep reminding them of that. Rich Blue's dipping a wheel. Steve F1 going for the move. I think that was a bit too much corner. Yep, and he's off.
I don't know if halfway through there he got a wee nudge with SGP, but that's brought Dave the Harp close to them.
It has, yeah. Dave the Harp doesn't
Oh,
need...
Bob!
Oh,
Bob, come back!
car park there, mate. Dave the Harp right close on Steve F1's tail there. And regarding the championship, Dave the Harp doesn't really want to be letting SGP run away here. He's running a bit wide though. You have to be careful because it's easy to get a bit wide, dip a wheel, and end up spinning around in that corner. Rich Blues though, still running in fourth, right?
Yeah, he's just chilling away there, it seems. But yeah, Steve F1 up at the front. I've not seen that in a long time in a road car.
Dave the Harp.
Dave the Harp's looking.
Steve F1 gives him the room. I'm looking at the pack cam. It looks like it's getting a little bit busy, but these two side by side now. As Dave set him up, no, Steve manages to cover him off. A bit wobble. If you see a car wobbling like Steve F1's did on the way into a corner, you can definitely tell he wasn't certain about his turning point there, as we've got a couple of cars off again. I think we are going to see that a bit, unfortunately, in this car. Ooh.
Yeah, Dave the Harp's going down inside. Is he going to get it? Can Steve the F1 hold it round outside? No, he's gave the position, but this might help him if he sticks with Dave the Harp all the way to the start-finish line.
Yeah, that's a good point. If you can get a run. Conrad made the move on Gary, who's being attacked now by Hay as well. But Hay a little wide and Gary a little wobbly. I mean, one of the things that I do know the drivers were mentioning in the practice with this car is that there is a lot of understeer in this car. If you're on the racing line, it's not too bad if you get the braking point right. If you're off the racing line, it's a very, very understeery car. So if we see 2 or 3 cars wide, I wouldn't be surprised if we see 1 or 2 have a wobble, as Hay just did then. And if there's a car next to them, maybe end up in a little bit of contact. Who's that out wide? Conrad. Yeah, it was Conrad there. I think it may have been D&R.
Slipstream hasn't helped Steve F1. I'm looking in the pack cam, he's
dropped off, hasn't he? Maybe it was a bad exit out of the final corner, because looking at this, I thought they were going to go 5 wide. Hayes not making that. Evasive. Definitely got the braking point wrong there.
But yeah, Rich, somebody's overtook Rich. Who got Rich?
Formerly Gary, how dare he?
Here comes Bob.
Yep.
Gary, Bob, and Conrad.
Yeah, they all have got past, haven't they? So Rich has been swamped now. So Gary ahead of Conrad, ahead of Twilight, who's then got Rich and Art Pal up the inside. Gary running a little bit wide on the exit. And Conrad now making the move. No, he's not. I think that was Bob dipping a wheel out wide as well.
Yeah, Conrad's still got the move done.
Oh, he has. Gary. Bye, Gary. Yeah, bye, Gary.
Oh, where's he going?
I do believe that was you can't bother there, mate. Here's the reason. Bob went deep. Hay went deeper. D&R's going wide now as well. Gary, careful. Hey, careful. Rich, run away.
See the different lines drivers take through here.
Yeah, the Fuji different lines. Hay's got to give Rich room there. He's not. There's not giving the room. There's a big collision there on the straight. Oh dear.
That was a bit nasty there.
Yeah, well, a bit naughty, definitely. Okay, who's that? So Conrad's open to try. Hey, I think, has he got evasive again? D&R going for a switch back on. Bob, come up.
You need to bring that braking point back a bit so he makes that corner.
Back about 250 metres.
Yeah.
I thought D&R was going to go wide there. Bob got a bit of a run on Rich. Looking at, Dave the Harp's caught up to SGP. This is interesting for the championship.
Yeah, and the boat's at 2 points in it at the moment, so... Yeah, and then you've got over there, there's Demon R and Steve F1, but there's a bit of a gap. There was
He's getting close on that.
points. Yeah. 17 points.
Ooh!
Difference.
Rich tried to go in for a corner there, but Gary was there, meaning Rich could not get to the apex. Oh, Bob giving Rich a little bit of a helping hand there, not in the pleasurable way. Now, you mentioned about the different lines through the final corner. In this car, there's definitely different lines in the left-hander before this final corner as well. Here we're seeing 3 different lines. Ooh!
Close for Demon R there.
Yeah, definitely. There's 3 lines down the straight as well. Gary's still wobbling.
I think he went to follow slipstream, but there was a car there as we go 4 wide.
Connor trying to break the slipstream. Twilight driving in a straight line. And as you said, 4 wide. Can they get it slowed down this time? Yes, they can. Nicely done. And yeah, actually very nicely done there, to be honest.
Yeah. 4 down near enough single file. I think there was one that was just a couple that was side by side. As we see Gary going, oh no, he's okay, he kept it.
I mean, that's one thing I will say. We've seen a few people struggling like that corner that corner a few times already. But what we are seeing is people making more of an effort to get it right, as Gary did there. You saw it and thought he was going off, so did I, but he actually managed to keep it on as Conrad gets a little bit wide. Dave the Arp, though, putting the pressure on SGP here. Let's see if they use different lines into this left-hander, and then the final corner. They are slightly different lines.
Yeah, it's going to be Steve F1 a wee bit more different. Dave the Harp's out wide here. He's going to cut back for the apex and try and get the power down, but he's got to watch how wide the car sends him.
Yeah, dip to wheel there. I mean, it's interesting there. You mentioned about Dave taking. Oh, Bob! Taking another little view of the edge of the circuit. Demon R and Gary side by side. Demon R and Gary.
No.
Whoa! Bye bye. You'll spin it around. Move out of my way. He is, yeah. I don't know if it was Gary's fault or not, but yeah, with Dave the Arp and SGP with those different lines, if you're the car following into that final corner, you can take that wider line. If you're the one ahead, if you take that wider line, there's a chance the car behind goes for the tighter line. So if you're ahead, you kind of have to go for the tighter line, which does leave you vulnerable. So you're kind of vulnerable whichever way you do it. Dave really piling the pressure on. He made a move on Steve in this corner earlier on in the race, but not on this occasion on... Oh, SGP and he's out wide. Oh, dear. Oh, look at the pack cam.
It's going to give him some dirty tyres, as we see. It's Hay and Rich.
Dave likes it dirty.
I think Rich was going for a switchback, but there was another car in the side of him there. I think they settled up out.
Looks like they may have done. So Connor still just ahead. Hey, he's not making that short. No. Oh, too much curb. That's going to get reset. Yeah, unlucky. Is Bob going to make it? I don't know.
Get there. Oh, a wee bit of contact.
Oh, who's that sideways?
Artpal and
Twilight.
Conrad, I think.
No,
was it Twilight?
It was Twilight. Yeah, it looks like Artpal's pulled over as well. He's just behind the pack cam off screen there. I think he's pulled over to wait for Twilight. But yeah, it was Twilight that plummeted down the table.
Oh yeah, Conrad's at the fourth, sorry.
Yeah. And Conrad's actually got a bit of a gap. Bob nearly did it as well. So yeah, Conrad's broken away now, which is very handy for him. Demon R bump drafting Hay a little bit.
It's as if there's a dip, but just past that curb, and it holds onto the car, and as you try to get off the curb, it upsets the car quite a lot. Is they all going to stop in time? Yep.
Yes, they are. Nicely done. I mean, as I mentioned earlier,
it's hanging it around outside.
He's tried to. Bob's saying hello. Demon R saying, Gary, don't do it, Gary. Switchbacks.
Oh, he got Bob.
He did,
Bob, but Demon R Demonard did get a couple of places, but he's fell back.
Oh!
As we see Twilight round outside.
What?
Is it going to get boy cut? He can't cut in because Bob's there.
Now Gary's up the inside.
Oh.
That's all fair in love and war. I mean, to be fair, it's a cracking little battle that's going on. Obviously, what we want to see here is people trying to give each other room. But it's very, when the cars are wobbling like Gary's is there, it is very easy to tag someone. Oh, Hayes got wide.
Is that going to be another
reset? It could well be. Oh, Demon R up the inside of Bob. Oh, but he's on too tight a line, is he? Maybe. Hey, up the inside of Gary. Oh, Rich!
Oh, Rich, right.
I'm just waiting to see who spins next, really. Oh, this is that tighter line we were on about. If others go wide ahead of you, the tighter line is so... Oh, whack! Gary, where did you come from? So busy now, down the Starfield Twilight.
His mum. Big area.
Oh, fair enough. It's... Fuck off. No, I'm not going to say what I was going to say. Behave. There's a race going on down here at the front, or down here. Twilight just ahead of Bob, just ahead of Demon R. Rich Blues, Hay and Gary. They got through last. Oh, Bob tried to turn in. I don't think he realised there was two cars next to him. They all get through though without going off the track. Great to see.
Toned down that braking zone a bit.
Okay, look at... Oh, well, not that one though.
Sorry, I never seen that there.
Sorry, well, three of
Dave the Harps dropped back.
Yeah. Well, interesting. One thing. Oh, SGP's just dipped the wheel. One of the things I can tell you about this car around this track, one of the difficulties with it is, for turn one, you're hard on the brakes. Oh, this is getting busy. Hard on the brakes and you're staying on them. For the corner they're coming up to now, this right-hander, you're kind of hard on the brakes initially, but then you don't want to be on the brakes fully. It's very difficult to get that speed right without having an engine sound or a gear to be in, because if you can pick what gear you're in, you know kind of what sort of speed you're doing, whereas with this car it's all on feel.
It's slipstream working for Dave the Harp.
Yeah, I wonder if that little dip of a wheel has really cost SGP. Is Gary getting busy on the pack cam with Bob and Hay behind them with their multiple different lines into the final corner. Is Dave the Arp close enough to SG? He's close.
Gary went from the curb on the inside all the way across the track.
Probably not by choice either.
I think it was he got the power down and the car just kept creeping out wide.
Yeah, the thing is, there's a bit of AstroTurf out there as well, isn't there? You get one wheel on that, and that's the wheel the power's going through on the pack cam. Oh, that may have been a little too physical. Oh yeah, Bob's pulled off. All right. So I think Bob realised he went in there a little bit too hot. Dave,
who sang that?
It was Madonna, wasn't it? I'm joking. Michelle Pfeiffer, Gwen Stefani, Dave the Arp. No, he didn't sing it. SGP, the little wide again.
It would be a different type of
physical.
It'd be like a blues one. Oh, Dave the Harp's got the... I thought he had
If I could play that on a harmonica, I would. Oh, SGP's got a defensive line. So he takes the tight line. Dave takes the wider line. This should give Dave a really good run as long as he doesn't run wide, which he hasn't done. This is his best opportunity yet with 3 minutes to go. Meow. We need some sound effects here. Good. Meow, meow.
Oh, is SGP going to defend or let Dave the Harp take the tighter line and hope for a switchback? Oh, Dave the Harp didn't know which side to go there.
I think SGP defended a little bit. He kind of went middle of the road, and Dave didn't seem to know which way he wanted to go. Or maybe, he might have tagged the back of SGP actually, and if he did, that would have killed his momentum. Trying to mention on the pack cam, that's Demon R we're looking at now, who has got Formula Gary behind him.
The Harp can keep that corner tight. He's always taking that corner tight, and then he seems to he's got the inside, but it's going to give him the outside to the next corner. Yeah. But he can do a wee switchback.
Yeah, SGP compromised
That's
on
what
his
he's
line.
looking. That's what he's looking for.
Ooh.
SGP.
Yeah, ran a little bit wide. Formula Gary's now ahead of Demon R. No, he's not. He's gone off the track. Dave the Art making the move round the outside.
And we've
SGP
got this king. Oh, SGP's.
thought better of it, hasn't he?
Oh, I thought Dave the Harp was going to be a bit deep, but he's not. But Dave the Harp hasn't defended, so.
I thought you should say hasn't pitted, but yeah, he doesn't need to. Excuse me.
So we could be trading switchbacks here in the next corner.
Well, let's see if let's see if Dave the Arp takes the tight line here. Yes. See, every other time he's taken the wide line, but now he's ahead. He's taken the tight line. He's had a wobble on the exit, and on the pack cam
so
from
SGP. SGP had the wobble as well. But he's good. Has he got the? He's going to have the slipstream. Is Dave the Harp going to defend?
Yeah, it looks like it. I was going to say we are now starting the last lap of the
Christian
race.
Horner.
Oh,
as SGP thinking of it.
Oh,
Noise.
No,
went from inside to the outside to the inside.
I think he was getting Dave offline now. I don't think he's worth though. Dave's opened up a gap now. What's that? Gaffer tape over the Porsche shine. Yeah, that's what Christian Horner would do. SGP's gone wide. Yeah. Maybe the pressure's getting to him. On the pack cam, it's very busy still. Formula Gary, hey, Demon R, side by side near enough. Through to Gary's gone deep. Can he hold on? Yes, he can. SGP's closed in again. Interesting or fascinated.
But his line was just a wee bit wider. This gave Dave the Harp the better exit.
That it has. Hey, up the inside of Gary, but now he's on the outside. Here comes the inside into the long right-hander. That's going to end up three wide.
It's not going to work.
Three then, boys. Can't quite. Demon R's backed out of it to go for the switch back. Hey, trying to switch back as well. Dave coming under pressure once again from SGP. We should focus on this because it is the final few corners. Does Dave take it?
Sideways.
SGP's
front up that side.
It was so close to a touch. And I think he may have just taken a bit too much curb there. But yeah, SGP was having a look. I'm guessing Dave left the door open a tiny bit. Hey, doing the similar to Gary. They've still got a bit to go, but Dave the Arp's going to take the victory for race 9 in Fuji. SGP right up his trumpet. Steve F1 in third place. Conrad managed to break away from the pack. There he is in fourth. But we've still got one hell of a battle going on that pack cam from fifth down. Although Demon R in fifth has broken away a little bit.
Somebody was out wide.
Okay, we're on Hay on the pack cam. Rich get him? Is Rich going to get him? Is Rich going to get him? He's going to get... No, it's close. It's close. Very close. Couldn't quite get him. Don't know. And there's Art Powell crossing the line. So, well done to Dave the Arp. Championship leader takes the win, gains an extra 3 points over SGP. But yeah, a very, very interesting race there, and I will say not an easy one for the drivers. But yeah, I've got to say well done to Dave the Arp. And Ray, what were your thoughts about that race? Well, we'll get to that in a moment. David, I've tried timing that perfectly all championship to ask you your thoughts and then cut you off to go, here's the result. But now I've kind of explained that. I haven't got time to talk about the results. So go on, what did you think of that race? You don't get said.
Yeah, good. Good racing.
Yeah. Oh dear. Well, it definitely was an interesting one, that's for sure. Okay, well, in a few moments' time, we're going to have a reversed grid. No, a few moments is now, where we're going to go for the first time ever, I believe, in DGT history for a race 10 in the Alfa Romeo Group 4, because it's an Alfa track, with Art Powell on reverse grid pole. Twilight reverse grid front row, and then who have we got there, Ray?
Yeah, Gary.
Aye. Yeah.
I don't know who the white car is.
Bob. That's Bob. Yep. Then we've got Rich and Hay.
And then we've got Demon R. I think that's Conrad. It's usually his colours.
Yep.
And then we've got Steve F1, SGP, Dave the Harp, the championship leader at the moment. He's got his work cut out for him.
Well, he has. I mean, SGP would need to outscore him by 6 points to take the championship off him. And considering that they're both at the back of the grid, anything could happen here. Artpal, though, he's on pole position as we're 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and away they go. Now, these cars have considerably more grip. They don't go as fast in a straight line, but I reckon they're going to do similar lap times as Artpal trying to cover off. Go up. Woo!
You got 5 wide at the back.
Yeah, I think Twilight may have just got his brake in a little late there, or maybe Artpal was a little cautious on the brakes for turn 1. I mean, the braking zones are going to have dramatically reduced, but also this car with its aeros is going to turn in a hell of a lot sharper than the Porsches that we've just been using.
Yeah, definitely. I'm trying to see what's happening between Dave the Harp and SGP. They're still stuck side by side with each other, as you can see in the back camera. But yeah, Artpal with Twilight at the lead here. Who's that? Gary first, Conrad behind them.
Oh!
Look at this!
Bit of a wobble there. I mean, one of the things that SGP doesn't want to do now is have an incident with Dave the Harp. It's Dave the Harp. Is he having an incident on his own? Maybe. He got helped actually a little bit there by SGP in the end. But yeah, I was going to say SGP doesn't want to be caught in any controversy, does he? With Dave the Harp here.
No, not at all. Something wide is going to spin on the track. I think that's affected Dave the Harp. SGP's trying to go around the outside, but Dave the Harp actually might have got away with it.
I think he did.
Did you see the slipstream of Twilight and Artpal?
Yeah, Artpal. I mean,
Artpal's trying to break it.
Who wants the slipstream? Rich Blues got up behind SGP now. Steve F1, he's making the move on. Hey, you may have been better bump drafting a bit more, or is he going for it? Get on the brakes, boys. Get on the brakes, boys. Get on the brakes, boys. Oh, Dave gave that Steve F1 a little tap. Got away with it, though. I think Gary's had a moment wide. Connor's ahead of him.
Must have done this. All I can see is that angry SGP behind Dave the Harp. You can tell he's driving. He's trying the way his car's moving about on the track. Yeah,
but the thing is as well, I mean, this car, it does handle so different to the Porsche that we could see cars twitchy because it is so sharp on turn in, the rear end can get out. But also, if you get a little bit off the racing line, these do get a little bit twitchy on the rear end.
SGP going down the inside of Dave the Harp, well, so is Steve F1. They're going to stop. Who the hell was that?
I think it was. I think Hay may have just been helped through there.
Caught the leaders.
Yeah, he has. He's going round the outside of Twilight. Nice move. What a move. Now he's all over the back of Artpal. Could it be 2 in 2? Dave the Harp and SGP are still side by side, by the way.
Yeah, he was looking for that wide entrance into the corner and hopefully get the run. Artpal trying to break that slipstream from Conrad, and Twilight's following.
That he is. SGP right up Dave the Harp's rear wing. Conrad now close enough to Artpal that Artpal can only move once, really, I would say, and that's what he's done. He's made his defensive move.
Dave the Harp's went defensive.
Twilight making the move on Conrad. Conrad going for the switchback, though he gets sideways. SGP is still trying to make a move on Dave the Harp. Can't quite get it done yet. Well, it's definitely hectic.
These free fighting, look who's sitting in the background there, Steve F1, so he might catch up. As Conrad goes for a move on Twilight.
Yeah, that he does.
Twilight go wide.
Maybe. But yes, Artpal going very defensive. That's going to compromise him big time. That's unfortunate. He may lose 2 places here. Nice move again from Conrad. Twilight trying to make the move. SGP still behind Dave the Harp. Steve F1, as you mentioned, just lurking, isn't he? Like a pervert in the night.
He's used to that.
Has he got his headphones on? Oh, Steve F1 makes a move past Artpal. Artpal must have had a bit of a moment there as we were making a bit of a joke. Now Steve F1 making a move past Twilight. Oh, and now Dave the Arp's on the back of Art. No, he's on the back of Twilight because Artpal is making a move on Twilight. Oh. Ooh!
It's kind of all bunched up here. Oh, Dave the Harp's slowing down.
No, I think Dave and Art. No, I think Dave and Artpal had a bit of a coming together there. Front of Dave's car, rear of Artpal's car, and compromised them both. I don't know if anyone was to blame for that or which way it may have been, but yeah, this is just a little bit of contact between the two. It has now put Dave the Arp in a whole world of pain. SGP's up in 4th, Dave's in 5th, but Dave's got all them muppets behind him. And I'm allowed to say that because I was right behind him. So
yeah, Gary was going for the inside line there. Both getting out quite nice. Now Dave the Harp's got the work. Well, he could sit here, couldn't he? He could sit behind SGP.
He can sit behind SGP, but what he doesn't need is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars right behind him, all ready to do him a good one. Because if he ends up behind those 5, he loses the championship.
Yeah. Oh, Gary facing the wrong way.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, maybe got a little bit too much eager on the throttle. Okay, Conrad leading this race, just gone through the kink, where there's usually a chicane. Steve F1 is 2nd, Twilight 3rd, SGP 4th, Dave the Harp here in 5th. Actually breaking away by the looks of it. Twilight 3rd, catching back up to Steve F1.
Yeah, maybe he just had a bad lap and he got swamped by Conrad and Steve F1.
Well, I mean, I think the last sector is a bit like that round here, though, isn't it? You get taken by one car, you end up offline. You can get mugged by many. Artpal looks to be bump drafting Bob down the main straight. Twilight not quite close enough to Steve F1 to get much of a slipstream here, I don't think.
It doesn't seem to be that way. Oh, Dave the Harp's going to be worrying. Look at that, right behind him.
Well,
I thought he had a gap, and then the gap just came down. I think that was Rich helping Bob along.
Yeah.
I thought they were behind there, but they're not. Oh, Bob! Bob's looking on Dave the Harp. This is what he doesn't need.
Absolutely. I think Bob's going straight on. Yeah, he definitely is now. Oh!
Who was that?
Yeah, somebody's sat nav said turn left. I think Artpal it was. Fortunate. I'm actually hearing it was a tank slapper after that little bit of contact with Rich and Bob there, so the car having a wobble. As we're having a look now at Conrad. Is Steve F1 closing that gap? I don't think he is. Twilight's still there though, isn't he?
Yeah. He's a pervert this time.
Yeah.
He was going to collect the rear end of Demon R there.
It was close. Dave the Arp has broken away once again. Is it enough though for the boost and the slipstream down the straight? Rich making a move on Hay. Bob trying to make a move on Hay. Because I mean, it's kind of like if Bob and Hay and Rich bump draft each other, they could catch Demon R. Could Demon R catch Dave the Arp? I don't know.
Demon R is catching Dave the Arp. It's a lot closer. Pan up, cameraman. These are boring bastards.
Oh, look at the back cam. That's behind Demon R. Demon R's going defensive now from Hay and Rich and Bob. Oh, Twilight's wide. Oh, Twilight. Can he face the right direction still? Yes, he can. He has got one hell of a lucky star there. He may lose the position to SGP here, but he could easily have been facing the wrong direction.
Was out of turn one. Oh, Demon R having a wee slide and Rich coming round outside. And he's got a tighter line here. Demon R is getting swamped. Bob coming past him now.
Oh, yeah.
Demon R's going for the inside move. Oh, who's that?
It's Twilight. Yeah, I'm wondering if with dirty tyres he's getting swamped, isn't he?
Yeah.
dear. It's all. Oh, wait. I see ghosted people. Okay. So, well, I think it might have been Hay. Okay, Rich and Bob battling side by side. Steve F1 has now caught up to Conrad. Conrad may have thought he was running away with this one. Steve F1 is having none of it. Like a pervert in the night with infrared and no torch, he's on him. Sorry, Steve. Okay, Steve's got a good run on Connor here now. Is he going to go for it? Is he going to go for it? He's got to go for it.
Is it like the Pink Panther just walking about? Oh, he's going for it. Is he going to get it stopped? Maybe.
No!
Switch back.
Nice switch back there from Conrad. Rich Blues having a look up the inside of Bob. Twilight around the outside of Gary on the pack cam. Can't quite get it done. Demon R now trying to make a move on Twilight. Art Pal coming in as well. Twilight, Demon R and Gary side by side now. Interestingly, these guys battling has allowed Dave the Harp to break away now. I think Dave is free from the clutches of disaster regarding the pack anyway.
I think he's catching SGP, possibly. I'm trying to look at the arrows on the track map.
It's Gary's he's done it again. Oops, I did it again.
Once, twice has been mine.
Once, twice, three times. Really? Oh, Richard Demon are getting a bit bumpy. Oh, four wide. Hey, sneaking through. We're having another look now at Conrad. So Steve F1 has got another opportunity. SGP is Dave. I think Dave is closing in on him a little bit. Well, Dave's definitely broken away from the pack. Bob in fifth, trying to break away now as well. Oh, hey.
Did you see how the boosters down the straight with some street?
Excuse me.
Twilight in front of this pack.
Steve F1 got another run. Now, if you're Connor, do you let Steve F1 do the same thing? No, Connor's defending. I'd have let Steve F1 try the same thing again, you know. Oh, but to be fair, Connor's defended it and covered it off quite nicely.
Yeah, just up to this king. Steve F1 wasn't close enough.
So I just seen on the pack cam it was 4 wide, and then Demon Eye went deep into turn 1. The 3 wide, I think it was Art Pal, Bob, and Hay managed to get through the corner. Is Steve going to go up the left? No, he's not. Wow, what a race we've been having so far. So Steve F1 still all over the back of Conrad. This the battle for the race win. Regarding the championship though, if SGP and Dave the Harp finish where they are, it is Dave the Harp's championship, and it would be his first ever in DGT. But Steve F1 all up the inside of Conrad.
But then Conrad's going to have the inside for the next corner.
That is.
It won't be till the final corner how it pans. We see how it pans out. Steve F1 sideways.
Oh, yeah. I didn't mean that to sound like an exciting. Yeah.
How much time he's lost to Conrad?
Oh, quite a bit. Yeah. Art Pal now 5th place ahead of Bob, and on the pack cam, Hay coming under a lot of pressure from Rich Blues.
Oh, I seen a bullet coming up the inside. Was it Garrett?
I don't know. I didn't see anyone. Oh, you know what? Steve F1 did lose out loads. He's nowhere near Connor for the slipstream on this occasion. Art Pal trying to break the slipstream. Obviously, we've talked in the past about what's breaking the slipstream and what's weaving too much. I would say Art Pal now has made his move to the inside, and that's his last move he can make. Rich trying to get right in there. Oh, Bob, is he going for a switch? Oh, Rich! Oh, bye, Rich.
Sorry, Rich.
Hello,
He's just slammed on the brakes in front of Twilight. Did he think he was at fault? But if so, he's got to make sure he does it safe where other cars are impeded.
Absolutely. I mean, I wasn't looking, but you're absolutely right. Yeah, if you're going to give the places back, you do have to do it in a safe way. I think Twilight may have been off the track at turn 1. I mean, I could be wrong. Like I say, I wasn't really watching. On the pack cam, Conrod's got Steve F1 trying to close that gap in again. Gary now all over the back of Art Pal. Bob trying to put pressure on Demon R. What's the situation with SGP and Dave the Harp?
Still a bit of a gap.
Yeah, there's not a lot going on there at the moment, is there? Connor. Is that the pressure building?
I don't know if the line was good for Steve F1, but he tried to straighten up halfway round the corner and get the power down, and then once it had gripped up, turn again, but it's not that far away, is it?
No, he's not really closing much either. On the pack cam, though, it's very, very busy behind Gary. It's Steve F1 closes up right at the apex of the corner. Oh, Connor! Is he going to? Well, he's still facing the right way. He's not lost too much. He's got away with that one.
There's SGP there, so
yeah.
That was close.
Well, he's going to have to be careful now, because if he's got slightly hot or dirty tyres, he's going to have to be careful. SGP might now sense an opportunity, you know. And if you're Dave the Arp, you might be thinking, hang on a minute, I do not need a car between me and SGP. Because I think SGP's actually catching up to Connor and Steve F1.
Yeah, I'm trying. Once we're in the back section, I'll be able to see with the camera angle. Conrad's made another mistake.
Now he definitely has to be careful now. Going on the grass, those tyres will definitely be dead. Yeah,
sliding.
He just needs to calm it down a moment, doesn't he? Try going too aggressive now, it'll backfire. Yeah, SGP has definitely closed up to Steve F1. Oh, Connor's gone wide.
Has he kept it straight? So now how's the slipstream and the boost coming down here?
I think they're just sort of too far apart from each other to benefit, but look at the pack cam. Formerly Gary, 5th place, got Twilight in 6th place, and Artpal 7th, Hay 8th, very, very close. Yeah, SCP not close enough to benefit from the slipstream. Neither is Dave the Harp. Dave's in an interesting... Gary's in an interesting situation. So's Twilight. And Artpal, and Demon R, and Rich. Is anyone going to go around the outside? No. Yes, Gary is. Holy, where did Gary... Oh, no, Gary was leading the pack, wasn't he? Sorry, Gary didn't go round the outside. He went wide. So Twilight trying to... is Gary going to hold on?
Gary.
I mean, the good thing about this car is that you really can throw it into that corner and it will stick. It will make it. You just have to be careful of sending it in too hot and coming out sideways. Twilight up the inside now. What a battle this has been all the way through the race. Oh, where's Gary gone? Oh, wow. Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so Twilight's got another attempt. Looking at the pack cam, Steve F1 looking back at Conrad, who's still got SGP behind him.
SGP took a tighter line. SGP might be a wee bit closer.
I think someone just went left at the right-hand kink. Yeah. As I saw Twilight get sideways, I didn't see who it was that ended up. It might have been Bob. Rich! Having a bit of a moment there. I would say a senior moment, but he's younger than me. Okay, Conrad trying to break slips. No, Conrad's catching Steve F1. It's Steve F1 trying to break slipstream.
Yeah.
Now, this is an interesting situation. Oh, actually, you know what? We started the last lap. It's kind of got deep. It looked like we got a bit of smoke for the tyres. Yeah, it's the last lap of the race. I was going to say, this is an interesting situation now because Conrad's definitely catching Steve F1. What Dave the Arp doesn't need is SGP passing either one or both of these guys ahead of them. Twilight trying to make a move on Gary.
That was a corner cut there.
I didn't see. I was looking at the pack cam.
Something off. Twilight's off.
Yeah, Twilight.
The wee nudge there. He's kept the foot in.
He's managed to keep it straight. I think it might have been Art Pal that gave him the there, since Art Pal looked like he was waiting. But Conrad really is closing in on Steve F1. And with this being the last lap of the race, I mean, if anything happens to these two and SGP ends up ahead of them and Dave the Harp fourth, it would be Oh, God, that's way too much corner. It's way... Oh, yeah, around she goes.
Can he get back on before Dave the Harp comes through? Now he's going to have to defend. And this is not what Dave the Harp wants.
No, he does. I mean, he may not know what the points situation is with SGP ahead of Conrad. Keep an eye on the pack cam as well. It's very busy there. Steve F1 heading into the final corner now, and exiting the final corner now. SGP is closest to him at looking at the map. Dave the Harp, is he on Conrad? I don't know. So there's Steve F1. He's going to take the victory. The pack cam is busy. Steve F1 with a win. SGP second place. Conrad, can he hold on for third? Yes, he can. Gary's sideways from fifth. And Dave's going to finish fourth. It's busy on the pack cam. Oh, Demon R and Rich Blues side by side with Hay and Gary side by side. Who's going to get it? 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 It's Demon R just ahead of Rich Blues. Very close finish in the pack there. And holy guacamole. I've just seen as well, there's a bit of the video I need to edit there. Steve F1 with the race 10 win. He's done well, you know, to be honest, to come through and take that victory. A great battle with Conrad. Conrad, though, very, very unlucky, it has to be said. Well, I mean, I would guess. I mean, I did mention... Oh, I was about to say, what did you make of that race, Ray? But we'll have a look at the pre-confirmed race result. Steve F1, yeah, he's blah, blah, blah. SGP, blah, blah, blah. The key point there, though, is SGP scores 17 points. Dave the Harp scores 13 points. There was 5 points between them before this race, which means, Ray... What does it mean?
I don't know. Was it? There were 5 points? I don't know. It was 5 points.
Yeah, it was 2 points before the first race. Dave the Harp extended it to 3. So, what do you reckon it might mean?
I don't know.
Well, if you look on the screen, it'll tell you.
Oh, I paused it.
Oh, right.
Well, congratulations, Dave the
Harp. Yeah, so SGP did claw 4 points back, but it means that Dave the Harp is the champion, unless any reports come in that we don't know of yet. I didn't see Dave do anything wrong, though, to be fair. But yeah, so Dave the Harp will be first-time champion in DGT League by 1 point, 162 to 161. Demon R in third place on 143. Steve F1 in fourth after his frustration exit last week and the win this week, 137 points. But I want to say well done to Rich Blues, finishing in fifth place on 103 points. Brilliant, well done. And we've got Hay in sixth on 70 points. Conrad, one ahead of Gary, so 63 and 62. Art Pal right there as well, one ahead of Jimmy. Jason, 7 back from Jimmy. Twilight, tied with Jason actually. And then we've got Bob on 44 points, SRI 38, and Bunsen on 6. But I do want to say well done to Dave the Harp, because in a championship where it's not been easy, because drivers haven't been able to get used to the car, because it's been a different car every race.
Secret practice.
Yeah, secret practice. Dave has come out on top, so yeah, congratulations to him and well done. It now means that in the future, if we do a champions in a certain car, you get screwed over as well. And for anyone that doesn't know what that's all about, don't worry about it. I'm not being offensive.
Yeah, congratulations.
Dear. Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, what did you make of that race then, Ray?
That was nice. That was... there was something happening all the time, wasn't there?
Absolutely,
there wasn't any quietness or anything. I wish I could have been there, but I was out with my mate, Bill.
Oh, come on, punchline, go on. Right, yeah, we
No,
mate
no.
Bill, yeah, go on.
Nah, he had a heart attack.
Right, okay, yeah.
Died.
Oh. Right, so how did you go out with him if he died? Okay, go on. If this isn't a joke now, you made me look like a right unt. Come on.
Yeah, it's not a joke. When he fell, he split his head open, and lost a lot of blood, and I can't remember his blood type, so it was kind of tough to see. I tell you, but he was strong. All the way through, he was like, be positive.
How can you know it? I knew it. I know how you felt now for the last 5 championships. It's shocking. The thing is, I mean, it wouldn't be too bad. I mean, it's shocking. But anyway, so, yeah. I'm trying to pretend to be you and do what you do, but I can't. I can't just go, yeah, all right. Right. This championship is over. Dave the Harp is the champion. Interestingly, I would like to know what the drivers thought of the concept or thought of this championship. I know as admins we've got different views, or we've got views of how we thought this championship went. It'd be interesting to see what other people think as well. Quickly do want to mention that there is going to be a G-spot this week. It's a bit of a special one. Connor, you feature. But it is a bit of a special one because it's looking into a clarification of something. So what we did was we got the stewards together to look at it, and we recorded their conversation and what they were looking at, and that's what we're going to put out on the G-spot. We also had a look at Gary crashing into loads of people as well, so you can have a look at that for fun. So keep an eye out for that. We are going to have a bit of a break as well. I think it's a 1-week break until we start the next championship, which is going to be a dirty championship. Now, for those that don't know what that means, we have our Gold Star Championships and we have a Brown Star Championship. In those Brown Star ones, we tend to do things like it might be rallycross, it could be you're allowed to cut corners, or you can crash into people. This one we're doing, no holds barred. You can do anything you want, just don't drive the wrong way.
The wrong way?
Yeah. Now, you can have a crash and end up facing the wrong way, but don't drive the wrong way. And we were asked as well recently, surely qualifying's got to be clean, no, right? No. It's no holds barred. Just don't drive the wrong way. That's all part of it. It's just for fun, for the drivers to let loose and just have a real good laugh, hopefully. So yeah. As for what's going to be happening after that, information will be coming out very, very soon. So yeah, fascinating stuff. I'm just wondering if there's anything else that you want to add, Ray, before we get going.
I don't know. Is there something else I'm supposed to add?
I do not know.
I hate it when you ask questions.
I know. You're like,
I'm supposed to remember something.
Yeah. Well, if one day you actually remember something, it'll be a miracle, won't it? But no, there's nothing to. Yeah. And funnily enough, SGP's daughter today, we were talking about different things, and we ended up talking about you, and she goes, I think Ray should retire. I was like, what do you mean retire? She goes, I think he should retire. I was like, from what? Having kids? She goes, no, racing. I go, no, he should retire from having kids.
Why should I retire for racing?
I think she wants your seat, mate. Yeah.
She can have kids.
Yeah. What I was going to mention was, drivers, please check out the information that was sent to you regarding the next championship car, because it is important, and yeah, just look at it, it'll make things easier. Also, one of the reasons why I was late getting to do commentary today, Ray, was because the Twilight's down this way for one of his army meetups. So SGP, Twilight, and me spent a bit of time together today, and we went to the pub for a bit, and I thought I would be a gentleman and hold the door open for a lovely young lady. 2 minutes later, though, she said, "Will you fuck off? I'm trying to have a shit."
What was it, Twilight?
It was, yeah. Oh dear. Right, and on that note, thank you everybody for listening, watching, liking, subscribing. Thank you to the drivers for taking part. Thank you, Ray, for joining me on the commentary.
Yeah, thank you for the videos, the admins doing their bits, the stewards, even though it's the same fucking people doing their bits, and especially most of all the drivers.
Yeah.
That make the league what it is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I was going to add to that was, and let's make sure, drivers, we keep trying to improve driving standards. But then I remembered we're doing a no-holds-barred dirty championship. So forget about that for the next championship. But when we do another gold one, remember to improve those driving standards. Right. Thank you, Ray. Thank you, everybody. Let's get ready to rumble. And we'll see you again soon.